Hey folks, it's Brian with BG Metal Workshop, and we're working on our gasket group build, hosted by Mr. Dylan Thomas over at NYS Modeling. If you're not familiar with Dylan, and I'm pretty sure you are by now, go over and check out his channel. He does open box reviews and does some pretty cool builds. Let's see. We have a public service announcement about this particular kit. There is an issue that we came across. We were not aware of this until it actually happened, and here it is. Get out your notepads. Where is he? Where the hell did he go? I'm always looking for him, and he's never... There he is. Set him down, and he wanders off. The rear end. The rear end. Oh, the rear end. Let's see here. So on here, it has these springs with the little small notch up in the front and a taller knob in the back there. And then the traction bars tacking down on top of there, and everybody's nice and happy and stuff. But here's the problem. The springs are backwards in the instructions. If you are to build everything as it says to do so here, and that's what I did, you'll find out that your axle tube is too far forward because the springs are on here backwards. They're printed on here backwards. The traction bars, if you're not familiar with traction bars, they're supposed to actually touch the springs up here in the front. That's where they want to be touched. If you build everything like the instructions say to, the traction bars will want to touch the frame up here. The frame doesn't want to be touched there. So what I had to do was pull everything apart and pop the springs off the axle, swap the springs from front to back, and then put everybody back together again. Now, does that sound simple? It does sound simple. Was it simple to do? No, not by half, because everything was glued together. So we lost chunks of plastic here and there. We lost mounting lugs, and we had to go back and pretty much eyeball the rebuild of everything. But if I had not caught this at this particular stage in the build, I would be up creeks without paddles. So here's what led me astray: dechroming. I had tossed these into the purple pond to take the chrome off there, and I thought, well, while that's doing that, I'll go ahead and build up the rear end. Well, if I had the actual traction bars with me at the time, I would have realized, doing dry fitting and stuff like that, that they would have been put on there, that everything was backwards. So we popped everything off, sanded it down, put it back together again, and I think we are doing fine. Did some mock-ups. The wheels look like they're going to be in the right place. That's why I haven't sanded them down yet. They're just on there for mock-up purposes, and it looks like we're going to fit just goodly enough. It could still be a little bit cockeyed, and if it's too bad, where it really bothers me, I can pop the axle off and then re-glue it, and then center the wheels in the wheel wells, the wheel openings. But for right now, we're looking pretty good. So just wanted to bring that out. I'm not sure if anybody else is building this kit or if they have it in their stash. So far, and that was only step 3, but so far, yeah, there it is, step 3. That's it. That's the only really true issue. Usually with Corvette kits, I've discovered in the past that sometimes we have a problem because it's got a chassis and a floor pan, and then of course the body with all the interior stuff. This does not have an interior tub, which is why I really like that, because the interior tubs, especially with the AMT stuff, tend to be a little too tall for what's going on, and you have to do a lot of cutting and grinding and stuff like that in order to get those interior tubs to kind of shrink down a little bit, fit inside the to sandwich in there. But because this guy builds off the floor pan, it fits perfectly. We did a 62 Vet. This wasn't the gasser, it was a 62 Vet. I built it for Mrs. BG, and she's the one that picked out the color on it and everything. And you know, I really should do some videos of my older builds so I can share some stuff. You guys will know what I'm talking about. But this kit does not have much of an issue with interiors being on interior pans, and everything is sandwiching together. It seems to go just fine. The engine is completely different than the one that's in the regular Corvette kit. I don't remember if the block is the same. I'm pretty sure it is, but it has different oil pan, and it has all kinds of cool racy stuff on there, like blowers and double carbs and scoops and all that kind of jazz. Oh, different types of belts and drive assemblies. But yeah, we stripped all the chrome off of this guy here, so we did a titanium gold for some of the bits, carbs and fuel pump and oil pan, and then we did silver leaf for the valve covers, which I really like, and up here on the scoop. It looks beautiful. There was a bad mold line going around the scoop, so we sanded that down, and it's looking sweet now. And then we just used like a more of a flatter aluminum for the blower system to kind of differentiate a little bit between different types of metals. But yeah, it's looking sweet. Oh, I like it a lot. The engine block we actually painted with a new product to us. It's the custom lacquer system. I had never used this product before. I've always used Testors enamels, and I've always been disappointed by those because if you don't get your mix ratios down right, if stuff comes up too thin, it never cures, blah blah blah. But this stuff, couple drops of lacquer thinner in the airbrush with a couple drops of this stuff. I don't even remember my ratios. It just came out perfect. It was very easy to mix down. Everything went well, and when everything was said and done, I was able to actually handle the block within an hour confidently without messing up the finish at all. I did let it cure overnight still, just to make absolutely certain that everything was going to be okay, but it cured overnight. I mean, it was beautiful. With the enamel stuff, you could have it cured overnight, or you'd have to come back next week and then try it again. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, as far as the car color, we use the box art as inspiration. I like that color. It's very cool. I think it even says how to come about that color, something like that in the instructions. But we went to our friends over at Splash Paints, and they had this awesome black rose metallic color, which I think is actually a modern Corvette color, which is perfect because I'm thinking the backstory on this is that our race driver has gone to the junkyard and salvaged a 62 Corvette to turn into a gasser. So he had to repaint the whole car and everything. And we're thinking that maybe he went to the paint shop and ordered a modern Corvette color. So we got a clear coat on here. It's just our first layer of clear. So we got a little bit of orange peel. That's not a big deal. It's all handleable. And we just did clear coat yesterday, so we're still letting that cure. I'm going to give that another day or two to harden up a little bit more, and then we'll give them a little bit of a sand, and then back into the paint booth again for one more coat of clear. And I'll let you guys know that I have this GT40 kit. This has 2 coats of clear on it, and it's looking pretty damn nice. I'm really liking how that's looking. So this is actually going to go on the decals from this point here, but that's all. We also shot that with a Splash Paints color too, our Guardsman Blue. Beautiful stuff. Paint color goes down nice, builds up really nicely, and it doesn't take that long to get results. So we're really happy with that. Let's see. I think that's about it. Other than the weird funkiness with the rear springs, that's the only hiccup road bump that we're having with this kit. All right, guys and girls, have a great rest of your weekend. We're going to try doing another video here about some other stuff we got going on the bench that's not really genre specific. It's just going to be like a catch-all type of thing. All right, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.